We've got our transformer all set up and the lights in place, but our wires are just sitting on the surface here. So we need to figure a way to cover them up. So we have to figure out some kind of conduit or something to bury the wires, and we will bury them 6 inches deep. In this bed here, we actually have AC running, but it is at 18 inches deep. So we don't need to worry about that. So we'll have to figure a system to cover up these wires. So we can see that our biggest vulnerability is the wire as far as failure, especially if we're putting it in flower beds and gardens, which potentially are going to be dug up in the future. So we want to protect that wire. First thing would be conduit. Now this is rigid conduit. It's going to be hard to use. We're doing curved paths, and our lights are all pre-wired, so we can't get the wire in there. We'd have to slice that on a table saw, put a groove in it to put it on, and it'd be difficult and expensive. I'll just show you a couple other things that I have. This house is heated with in-floor heating, and there's PEX running through all the floors. So I had pieces of that left over, which is 1/2 inch, might just be the perfect thing. The other thing I have is a little bit of irrigation hosing, 1/2 inch as well. So between the two of them, we can probably make it work. Now we have to figure out how are we going to split it so that we can get the wire in. And here's what I made, a tubing splitter. So if you look at this, it's just a hole that the tubing can slide through with an Olfa knife blade clamped into a slot. So I'm just going to grab a hold of this tubing and I'll just pull it through. And at the same time, that is going to slit the tubing. So this will be our layout. We're going to have to trench this in 6 inches, but you can see we've got them all the way around protecting our wire. So I'm going to use the irrigation tubing here because this area is unlikely to get dug up. It's just a rough bed, so and we'll just run this all the way to the light. And so the wire actually goes in fairly easily in the little groove there. So now that our wire is all encapsulated in the tubing, and that'll go to there, we just have to do our trench and bury it. So we're going to bury this down about 6 inches. You'd never know that anything had been buried there. Well, that is the front all done. All the wires are now buried, and let's take a look at the back. See how that's coming. So back here, we've got the trench all ready there, starting at our transformer controller and heading all the way through. Now we've used the heavy-duty PEX here because this is a flower garden that will have extra digging more than any other bed. So you're not going to dig through this PEX without knowing it. So we're coming around the corner here, and you can see that we've got it all trenched right to the last light there. Just have to put our wire in and backfill it. Well, I found the perfect tool to put the wire in. And this is just a 1/4-inch nut driver. And you can just put it in your tube, open up your tube, put your wire in. And now as you slide along, just push your wire in. Easy, and if it doesn't go in, back up a bit, keep going. So that's it, 1/4-inch nut driver. The other thing that I'm doing is just putting a little 5 or 6-inch piece of the black tubing at the end of the pipe. And that just helps hold it down and protects it. But it also gives a little reservoir, so if you have extra wire, you can stuff it inside there and give you a little bit of extra play. But that'll just go down inside, and that will just be on the surface.